how do you create a Next.js application that has a chatbot? Now, I have already taught in a previous tutorial, some previous tutorials, how you can create a chatbot that is powered by ChatGPT and OpenAI. I use React to demonstrate this, but of course, whatever works in React would work in Next.js. But we are now looking at how do we do it so fast? How do we do this in, we are saying minutes here. Now we have this new package, a very plenty slash chatbot. It's called React Chatbot. This chatbot is AI powered by OpenAI. Everything has been built in for you, and all you need to do is install this package, and then you just use the code that is given to you here after importing these basic charts, and that's all you really need. But of course, you need to make sure that you already have your OpenAI API key and you saved it in a .env file. Now, I have already started a Next.js project here, and I've cleared off what's inside of it, so I have a blank page like this. And so what I need to do first here is to install this dependency. So I'll just copy this first line here, npm install at /chatbot, hit enter, and it installs it for us immediately. This does take a few seconds. Then the next step is what I've done already. I have already gotten my API key from OpenAI platform / API keys like so, and then I have already put it into my .env file. I have my .env file here already, and then the next thing is to reference it inside of this place. All right, so of course what we actually need to do first, let's go back. What we actually need to do first is to copy this and paste it in here. Now, this won't work if we don't import the basic chart from at /plenty /chatbot. So we want to make sure that we import it. Now, I have an extension that does the import for me, so I just hit enter and it does it for me. Import this basic chart from at /plenty /chatbot. All right. Now that we have this would not work if you recall, because this is a server component. So because this won't work, we need to create a client component. We could have just converted the page.js to a client component, but we know it's going to also throw an error. So let's go back and create a component folder where we can put in components, and then inside of this, let's keep it inside of the source directory. Now inside of that, let's create a file called chat.jsx like so, and then here we could just copy this, paste it in here, and then we just change this to charts like so. Everything will work fine. Now there's one more thing we need to do. We need to convert this into a client component. So convert it to use client like so, and then we also need to pass in what we have in the .env file as a props into this place. So this will now become a props here for us. Now this is because we cannot directly access what's inside of the .env file from a client component. So we are making this a props so that we can now reference it from the server component. So make sure you save this and then head back here. Now that we are here, let's get rid of this and then get rid of this line. So what we now put in here is our client component that we just created, which is charts like so. And inside of it, remember that we need to put in our API key, which is a props. You recall that we passed it in here as a props, right? So what is our key? Is process dot env dot, we will now put the OpenAI API key, OpenAI API key. Let me copy that name so I copy it correctly from here. All right, so let's head back and paste it like so. Now we can save it and make sure we format properly for easy debugger. So we save it and let's head back to our page here, refresh the page, and then we should have our charts well seated there. This is refreshing and it will come up in a bit. So now we have it. Let's move this to the side, and so let's try out what we have done. So let's say hello, hit enter, and it's typing. It's going to give us a response in a moment, and of course we have it already. You can type whatsoever and it gives you a response. Generate a kitchen image, hit enter, and it's going to tell you that it's a text-based AI and cannot generate the image. So it's working. Now, but how about if you want to add say a title to your chat bot and probably streamline what your chatbot can do so that it could be business specific. So imagine you want to help your users with a particular topic. So for example, let's say the wildlife topic. we have an example that was given here. Let's just copy it and use to. So back here in the documentation, we want to copy this. Once we copy this, we go into the chat here and paste it in like so, and then make sure everything is up to date. So clear this first one. Now we now have access to two more props. That is the chat title, which is wildlife chat, and then the system prompt. Now this is telling the AI what it should do. First of all, it's telling the AI that your name is Ebere, and telling the AI that you are a wildlife expert. And the only thing you should talk about is wildlife. Always begin by introducing yourself, stuff like that. So now let's save it, and you notice that everything will change after we refresh our page, because we now have a chat title here, which is wildlife chat. And then let's say hello. Let's say hello to it, and it's going to introduce itself as a wildlife expert. You see, hello, I'm a wildlife expert. How can I help you today? So we could just say, tell me about the hippo. Let's see, hit enter, and let's see what it gives us. So it should tell us everything it knows about a hippopotamus. So you see it, and that's how the chat goes. So with this, you can add a chatbot to your application in a matter of minutes, and you can customize it the way you love. You can also change what's here, of course, to whatsoever you choose. For example, you could say your name is let's say Njoku, and then instead of wildlife expert, we want to say is should we use okay, you're a gadget expert, and all you talk about is gadgets related topics, So let's save that and refresh. Of course, we want to make sure we change the title. Of course, that wouldn't affect the behavior, but at least it gives you a better UI. All right, gadget expert. So let's say hello to it. So hello, and let it tell us that, hey, I'm a gadget expert. How can I assist you today with any question or topics related to gadgets? So let's ask it about tell us about iPhones. Tell me about iPhones, like so. And let's see what it comes up with. Of course, it's going to come up with something shortly. See, when it comes to smartphone, iPhones are one of the most popular, iconic, stuff like that. It gives you a lot of details. So that is it. This is how you add a chatbot to your Next.js application. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Make sure you subscribe, share, and like this video. See you.